BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by...
Hey, if you want all the technology and products of a big bank, but with the personal attention of a true local bank, head to Farmers National Bank. Farmers. Bigger small banking.
As we built out a strategic plan for everything that we do here, so we started off really focused on industrial development. But when you really start to peel back the onion and understand why companies locate in a community, there's so many other factors. One of the factors that we really focused on was housing. As you heard in the discussions earlier, our population is aging, and for us to continue to be a vibrant community, we need to open up the opportunity for new housing so that the younger families can move into the community. So what you have during a time when you've got an aged population is you for one, you want to keep them in your community, and most folks get to the point where I don't want to cut the grass and I don't want to take care of the big house, I'd like to downsize. And we don't have any opportunities for those folks to be able to downsize and stay in the community and stay near their families. So that was one of the reasons we started to really look at this. So we've positioned ourselves well to attract this type of development. And the Sod Center does a lot of outreach, and Trek found us through that, and we were able to show them what they were looking for. The site is on Bentley Drive on the north side of town, northeast side of town. This was an area that City Council some years ago decided to start to develop. They built the roads out there and actually pushed that all the way out into the where the Home Depot sits today. The Holiday Inn, Walmart, that whole area was developed. This is a 6.5 acre site that sits along Bentley Drive, fully wooded, that is ideal for this type of a project. It's actually zoned properly for multifamily use already, so the zoning is in place, the infrastructure is in place, so water, sewer, power is all right there. The key thing for a developer today, and I think you heard it again in our discussions, is having something what I qualify as shovel ready. The developer can come in and all the infrastructure, the key pieces that they need are already there. Otherwise, they're off to somebody else that has that shovel ready property. So I think Salem put itself in a good position to have that done. We're still at the very beginning. I mean, even though we've been working at this 6 months, the process of any type of project like this is got much more of a shelf life than most people expect. There's, first of all, it's just getting connected with the site selector. And as you heard in our discussions earlier, the site selector was poking around Salem almost 2 months before he even contacted us. So we have no idea who may be looking. So that's why it's so important for a community to have itself ready and be attractive for those folks stopping through. Once you have that initial contact, then it's, okay, what are they looking for? Are we a match? So there was a lot of one-on-one discussions that I had with the site developer. Once I understood what they were looking for, then I was able to go into our portfolio of properties and say, okay, let's take you out and show you 2 or 3 options. And this particular option that I showed them seemed to fit what they were looking for. They will be applying in March of this year for the tax credits. We've done a lot of work run up to that. We leveraged a EPA Brownfields grant we have here in the city of Salem to do the phase 1 testing, which is required to actually get some better results and better scoring on that application. We've gotten them all of the letters of support. We've networked them with community organizations. You heard Mr. Janaki talk about programs for folks that actually live in the community. So having the ability to deal with local doctors and hospitals is important. So we broker those meetings and help put those pieces together. The timeline of this is still fairly well out. They'll apply in March. They may know by fall of this year, and then once they've gotten that approval, then all the real heavy design work has to start. So the stormwater runoff, all their architectural drawings. That needs to go through the Department of Commerce at state for approval. Once that's done, then it's brought back to the city for zoning permits, and construction can start. And at this point, it looks like January 2019 at the earliest. But I think that's also, in case they have to apply a second time. As you heard, a lot of times you apply the first time and you may not make the cut. You'll apply the second time, so that I think is why they've set the date out that far.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by.
Hey, if you want all the technology and products of a big bank, but with the personal attention of a true local bank, head to Farmers National Bank. Farmers, bigger small banking.